Hello, welcome everyone to the Creator of Metaphysical Store. I know this is not my actual metaphysical store, but it is a channel that I use to broadcast not only with products, but just talk about occult stuff. So let's first talk about the metaphysical properties of eggshells. Eggshells are made with calcium, and we know calcium is good for the bone. So you could use eggshells in a way of strengthening your bone. Bones also lead to the energy of Saturn. So if you're using Saturn in your craft, I've always used this in my craft when I'm doing like something on Saturday or Saturn's Day. Um, I've used this for strengthening my spells. I've used it for protection. Now, there are many ways you could use it. You can grind up the eggshells like I have into full powder, and you could create a sachet. Now, if you wanted to create a protectional sachet, I definitely would recommend using paprika to give it that extra oomph. Cumin for anti-theft, so no one can steal the energy workings you have done, but also to keep away thieves. And then last but not least, you want to put in something that is fierce. It could be like anything from a tiger to a lion's mane, something to do with an animal. If you work with animal products, like actual animal things, you can use that. Um, but if you just stick to herbs and spices, I definitely would recommend if you wanted to banish negativity away, especially green onions would be a good one. There is also some garlic rinds and garlic, the onion peels that you get from peeling the onions. Put those in there, mash that up, because that's really good. I sometimes like to incorporate, now that I've been starting to work with gemstone sand, I think I'm going to incorporate some of the malachite to transform that negative energy into positive energies. So I'm just going to do it. Just takes a little dash, nothing too much, because you don't want to give it a color. And then you also want to put I would want to put in some amethyst for that mental psychic warding away people that I don't want. Sometimes I like to burn the names of the people that I don't want around me, and I put that mix those ashes in there with this. So but right now I'm going to use my intention to keep away Amy Harvey. Let's see. Just keeping away all other troublemakers, rumor mongers, things of that nature. Now, you don't have to. I use this because I use this a lot when I'm trying to direct it towards someone because there's a lot of emotions. I do project a lot of emotions. And then I'm going to put the intention that I don't want my apartment to be taken from me. I'm here to stay. This is my place. Okay. And then I'm gonna put a little tiny bit of oil in mine. Now, according to the recipe, that if you are turning this into chalk, it says to use water. I don't particularly like to use water. I like to use the olive oil. I think it was like 6 tablespoons for every 10. So I'm just gonna pour generous helping in there. Because I'm actually gonna make chalk out of this. But you don't have to put the oil in the powder. You can, if you're doing it for the bag, you could just coat the bag with the. When I'm trying to put the wrong cap, the wrong bottle. you could, um, you could uh you could use whatchamacallit, oil over the bag, and I like to incorporate rose petals too. Sometimes I just use rose petals that are sitting in olive oil for about 3 days. So, or you could just use the actual um, plant itself. Mixing this, I like to use my hands. You can use a metal spoon, but I do so much, create so much energy. I decided to use my hands today. Sometimes when I don't have a whole lot of energy, I do use something to amplify my energies, but I have so much. And I think it's because of the storm. It was so funny. So I went out to go collect rainwater, and I know the storm spirit. Ooh, look at it, it's turning orange. Isn't that a beautiful color? Wow, I didn't even intend it to turn orange. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, you do need flour. I think it was like 1 cup of flour. Don't quote me on it. You can find a simple chalk recipe. That's what I did to turn these eggshells into a nice and beautiful chalk. Now I have used cornmeal, but that's only when I've used cornmeal only for harvesting desires, for bringing desires into fruition. In this case, I don't think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do flour to let this bake. I'm gonna probably put a little bit of cornmeal in it, but not too much. So yeah. It's very beautiful. I love how it turned just an orange. I might put a little bit more olive oil, just a little bit more olive oil. There we go. Turn that into that. Now, I'm going to take some of this mixture and I'm going to definitely put it in a sachet. But you don't have to make chalk or a mojo bag. You can just scatter the powdered eggshells around your property and let them just melt into the earth. You could do that like that. That'll create a nice boundary spell. If I'm doing a boundary spell, I like to incorporate eggshells, paprika, cedar wood chips, and oak. I love using oak. Oak is really, really good against most spirits, and so it's like I definitely would encourage the use of oak, maybe oak oil or oak chips of oak. Um, definitely would encourage this. Again, I'm putting my intention to keep away her and her bullshit. She's not going to jeopardize me and my living situation anymore. I'm keeping away people that just randomly walk in here when I'm not home. And if they do, I curse them. I curse them to have an accident every time they try to come in here. The more times they try to come in here, the more severe the punishment is. Let them fall down a flight of stairs and break their leg. Next thing, if they try to go back again, let there be a close call with a car crash, but they are left unscathed. And if the third time they come in here without my consent and permission, unless I verbally say, yes, come in, let them die in a plane, car crash, or out at sea. Because I'm done. I'm done with people walking in my house, coming in here, and trying to snoop around. This is my house, this is my domain. So I am putting a stop to this. I'm sick and tired of these people coming in here, saying it again, putting that energy in here. There we go. I'm actually going to coat this in front of my front door. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so I am going to start doing a Etsy website. I'm an Etsy store. I want you guys to know this because it's not finalized just yet. I want to see if I'm able to let it if they'll allow me to have more because I do personalized mojo bags, spell witch kits. I do personalized art for people if they want a specific art, with gemstone sand and herbs and spices. I do spell jars. They're very personalized. And then there was something else. Witch kits, spell jars, mojo bags, and there was an art. And I do the same thing for candles as well and soap, but they're mostly like customized for that individual person. So it's like I can't put a price on it unless you order them from me. Now you can call me directly from my cell, and I'll type that into the comment section below at the end of this video. And whatever they try to do to me will come back to them by threes. So mote it be. There are times the charm death be put forth to harm. Thieves and unwanted guests, people that harm and jeopardize my living situation at the Aristocrat Manor at 240 Central Avenue, Hot Springs, Arkansas, 71901, apartment 505. Yes. I'm going to put some, with this one, I am going to put some, a little bit of cornmeal to bring forth that harvest. And then I got to let it get the flour. And then on the full moon, I want to bake them. So I'm really excited about that. I might have to use a little bit of water for the flour and the cornmeal. I might not. We'll see. But because I'm hoping to not use water in this. I'm hoping to not use water in this. So anyway, now that's the pretty much what you could do with I know I was doing an NKS energy working on this videos live stream, but I'm also like, look at that, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Look at this nice orange. And I didn't even intend it to come out that way. It's so beautiful. This is so very beautiful. And I can feel the energy off of this. It's very beautiful, very powerful, very intense, very precise. I feel like the energy of precision is with this. So, and I really need to get fucking cameras up in here because I'd be like, look, coming up in my house for no fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? I really need to get some cameras, hidden cameras up in here. Because I feel like someone comes in my house, whether I'm asleep or like when I'm not here. And it's like I can't prove it, but I know someone's coming up in my house. I mean, because I think that's why I couldn't find my seashell wind chime is gone. So yeah, it's like I cannot believe it's gone. And it's like I feel like someone's coming in my house taking my shit. I really, really, really do. Yeah. Closing that. Okay. Now, On to the next order of business. I want you guys to know that I'm going to be making another video. So if you want to hop on to the next video, you can. So with much love, my heart, blessed be, well, my blessed be, kisses, namaste.